and welcome to Fired Up Extreme RC. Today I'm going to be swapping out the stock steering servo on my HPI Venture FJ Cruiser. I'm going to be swapping it with the DS3218MG Digital Servo. This is an extremely cheap servo. You can pick one up for about £10, so very reasonably priced, waterproof, and a very strong servo. So that's what I'm going to be swapping out today. So I was always planning to upgrade the steering servo on the HPI just for performance. However, I'm doing it sooner rather than later because I've already stripped the teeth, stripped the gears on the stock servo. Just demonstrate here. Steers nicely one way. So there we have it. Only turns right. So yeah, definitely time for an upgrade. So the process for this involves removing the front bumper with these two screws here and another screw on that side. You need to remove the front bumper in order to access the servo here, otherwise you can't access those bolts. So I'm going to remove the bumper, disconnect the servo horn from the steering, and then that should free up the servo. So in order to remove the front bumper, you're going to need a 2mm hex wrench, which is what I've got here. And now we have access to the servo, as you can see there. Next up, we need to disconnect the servo horn from the steering. Once that's done, I'm going to use a 1.5 hex wrench to open up the transmitter. And with those three screws removed, you now have access to the transmitter there. Next up, we just need to disconnect the servo, which is the orange and red cabled connection there at the front of the servo. So just remove that. And that is the servo disconnected. You see, it was that connection there.
Oh, it doesn't hurt anymore.
I crashed.
So rather than just plugging in the new servo straight into the transmitter, I'm going to be using an extension lead, which will mean that if I do have a servo fail on me while I'm out on the trail, while I'm out crawling, rather than having to open up the transmitter, what I can do is just plug straight into there, as this will be outside the transmitter. So I can switch out a spare servo nice and quickly while I'm out. The servo extension leads, I picked up a pack of 20, is it? 20? Something like that. I picked them up off Amazon. I think it was less than £10. So an easy and straightforward upgrade to make servo switching that little bit easier. Now to remove the stock servo is 4 screws, 2 here and 2 there. Now with those 4 screws removed, the servo should drop out on the underside. There it is, the tatty old dead servo. So before we go any further, just need to check with the old servo, I steer left, it pulls that way, right it pulls that way. So unplug the old servo, put the new one in. And then again, I want to check it's inverted. So what I need to do is on my receiver, flip the switch at the bottom, it's inverted, so it should now steer the right way. So that's in nice and tight. Unplug that for a second. Thread the wire. Screw the servo back in. Then reattach the bumper. There we go, the bumper back together, the servo horn reattached, and the new servo hooked into the extension lead. We are good to go again.